My name's Eric Holmes. I'm the creative director on Batman Arkham Origins.
Eric, everyone's really looking forward to this game. It looks phenomenal, looks really fun. What's going to be new in this Batman Arkham City story, Arkham Origins story?
Well, thanks. I'm really glad you like it. What's new? Wow, well, the whole core of it, I guess, comes out of this all-new story. We have a game set in the early years of Batman's career. It's about year 2 if you're into your comic book details, as I can tell you are. So Batman, up to this point, he's mostly fought the mob. He's been fighting organized crime, the Falcones, the Maronis. Tonight, that changes. The character known as the Black Mask, who's currently the #1 mobster in Gotham. The Black Mask puts a bounty of $50 million on Batman's head, and that brings 8 of the greatest assassins of the DC Universe to come to bear down on him. And it all happens in one night, tonight, Christmas Eve.
Now, 2 years. He's been in Gotham for 2 years being Batman. Now, what's his relationship with the police like? Are they like, is he still rumors, or is it shoot on sight, or is it apprehend on sight? What's going on?
Well, the whole kind of scenario, the whole setting that Batman's, the Gotham of Batman Arkham Origins, we see Batman's kind of an urban myth. He's a scary character. He's not something that everyone knows of or understands. They don't necessarily use the name Batman. They know that there's a vigilante out there. There's a rumor that he looks like a giant bat or he has wings. The criminal community, to them it's something either they're not too sure about, or if they are sure about it, they deeply regret ever meeting him. The police, well, to them, he's a vigilante, he's an outlaw, and so the police are charged with bringing him in. So Batman at this point is very much alone. He works entirely on his own.
And like, I noticed his design has changed a little bit, because he's a little early. He's actually wearing more armor. What goes into like designing your character before he's like in his prime?
Well, we wanted to bring something new to the visual of Batman, but we also wanted it to feel very authentic to the timeline, to the technology level that he has. And so really the guiding principles for the Batsuit for Arkham Origins were to take it down. What we saw in Arkham Asylum, in Arkham City, it's a very refined suit. It's this one-piece costume that looks like it maybe uses some sort of nanotechnology to resist gunfire. That's not what we have at this point. If that's version 5.0, we're version 0.9. We're a very, very raw version. It's kit bashed. There's packs of armor stuck together. There's various pieces of straps holding it in place. It's still a really cool looking costume, but it looks like it's been put together on a bench rather than manufactured in a factory.
Now, in the demo we saw Bane kind of whooping on Batman a little bit before he ran into Joker. Now, is Bane working for Joker? Because Bane is a mercenary.
I can reveal that Bane is one of the assassins tonight, but I can't answer any more questions than that regarding what you just asked.
Regarding the team of assassins you wanted to use, were there any difficulties securing which characters you wanted to put in? Like, did Warner Bros. Yeah, you can use whoever you want, or did they just say, well, not that guy, maybe next time?
We have a really great relationship working with Warner Brothers and DC Comics. Jeff Johns is our main contact over at DC. He's been a great collaborator. I think we all wanted to add new, fresh faces to the game. That's why you're seeing characters like Deathstroke, DC threats rather than just Batman threats. So there's going to be a mix of familiar faces and new blood in the game. And I'd say characters like Deathstroke are a good example of where we're finding guys who can be peers of Batman, guys who can be very legitimate threats, and who feel appropriate for a Batman game, but might not necessarily come directly just from his rogues gallery.
Now, what made you decide Black Mask to be the main protagonist in this game?
There's a pretty simple answer for that, and I think I probably already answered it earlier. This is early in his career, so he's been fighting the mob. He hasn't been fighting metahumans, he hasn't been fighting costume crazy people, he hasn't been fighting people with strange mental quirks as to how they act. That stuff just hasn't manifested yet. And if you look at Black Mask, he's kind of that crossing point, because he's very much a mobster, and he's got one quirk: he wears a mask. That's his thing. But otherwise, he's a very practical person. He's very effective, he's very scary, he's very intense. He has to keep this giant gang in line, so he's not just someone who's got positional power, he's a scary guy if you have to deal with him. So he represents that kind of tipping point, just as we're going from the Maronis, the Falcones, over towards this other, more familiar and more, I guess, more driven by insanity part of Batman's rogues gallery.